Recruited out of Michael Power High School in Toronto, John LeClair walked onto the Western campus in 1988 and immediately became part of the Western Mustang winning tradition. The Mustangs would cruise through the regular season schedule undefeated. The conference title game against the Laurier Golden Hawks resulted in a 27-16 hard-fought victory for the Yates Cup championship. In 1989, LeClair would break into the lineup as a backup QB and also assumed the punting duties for the Mustangs. A 6-1 regular season record led to a matchup with Toronto for the Yates Cup. The Mustangs would dominate the Varsity Blues 50-20 in claiming the Yates Cup trophy. The Mustangs then traveled east and faced the St. Mary's Huskies, putting up over 500 yards of total offense as they held on to a 38-33 victory. The Atlantic Bowl win placed the Mustangs into the 25th anniversary Vanier Cup title game. Played indoors for the first time in the inaugural year of Toronto's Sky Dome, a record of 32,877 fans attended the game. The Mustangs were pitted against the Saskatchewan Huskies. Taking advantage of turnovers and utilizing future NFL receiver Tyrone Williams, the Mustangs would prevail in a convincing 35-10 victory, claiming the school's 5th national championship title and giving John LeClair a Vanier Cup ring. The 1990 campaign witnessed LeClair locked in a QB battle for most of the regular season. The Mustangs finally handed over the reins to LeClair when they gave him his first regular season start against the number 1 ranked passing defense in the OUA. LeClair did not disappoint as he shredded the Waterloo Warriors secondary for 243 yards and led the Mustangs to a critical win. The next week, LeClair would lead the Mustangs to a 35-3 victory over the Guelph Griffins and secure first place and an undefeated 7-0 regular season record. The Mustangs earned a spot in the Yates Cup title game against U of T, and LeClair stepped up in the big moment. Larry Haler described it as, quote, his best game yet. LeClair would guide the Mustangs' offense to 462 yards of total offense. The London Free Press said, LeClair proved he could engineer the big plays. He was on the money with long bombs, and that was enough to warrant Haler's confidence in him. As a result of LeClair's poise and confidence, he was awarded the Dalt White Trophy as the game's MVP when the Mustangs took home the Yates Cup once again with a 46-31 victory. Greg Marshall, the offensive coordinator at the time, said, John was a natural leader both on and off the field. He was always composed and in control. In extremely stressful situations, his calm demeanor had a positive and calming impact on our team. He understood the offense perfectly, and everyone on our team respected Chalk. Now the undisputed team leader, John LeClair, would guide the 1991 Mustang team to an undefeated regular season. In one memorable game, the Mustangs found themselves down 37-13 against the Golden Hawks. LeClair started the fourth quarter comeback by throwing 2 touchdown passes and running for another as the Mustangs scored 43 fourth quarter points and put up 896 total yards of offense in an amazing 56-37 comeback victory. At the conclusion of the season, LeClair was honored as the OUA's first-team All-Star at quarterback and recognized as a second-team All-Canadian. LeClair was also the OUAA nominee for the Russ Jackson Trophy, presented to the CIAU player who best exemplifies academic achievement, football ability, and community service. Larry Haler said about LeClair, the honors business student, he's everything you'd like to promote as to what a university athlete should be. Tight end Don Douglas said of LeClair, John was always such a smart player as he always made the right call, and he was a superior leader, and he's just as smart off the field. He was a great quarterback, and nobody worked harder to be successful on the playing field. In his 5th and final season, John LeClair was awarded the George McCullough Trophy as the team's most valuable player and given the Darwin Samodiuk Trophy for his 2nd consecutive season, recognizing him as the team's most outstanding citizen and student athlete. Upon graduation, LeClair ranked number 4 in Mustang quarterback career records with 3,498 passing yards and 21 touchdowns, and would break Mustang records for the most passes attempted and completed in a season. Former offensive lineman Brad Lama recalls, there were times off the field where Johnny quarterback was revered, getting huge praise or attention. John always took it in stride. He would look down, slightly smile, and look to divert the attention from himself with a witty one-liner, or sometimes pointing to the success of the team or other teammates. John loved hanging out with his O-line, always joking and laughing, a true guy's guy. In fact, John insisted his locker be right beside the Hogs in the locker room. When we won before the victory song, we would yell after the game, "Chalk one up for the old chalker." John LeClair, a Mustang legend.